I think in general, like when people think about wintertime fishing, shallow water like this is not the first thing that jumps in your mind. It's like, hey, let's get on a little secondary point in a pocket and fish super shallow with a lipless or a jerkbait. But certain places, Tennessee rivers, I mean the world's worst, they're river fish. They don't care how cold it is. They do like to live shallow. I think over my time of watching them, I think they get in a place like this when the sun comes out and they just get on top of that black slime and it's just warmer. They just simply get up there and ease around. It ain't that the water temperature's jumped up. I think they just feel the sunshine. But to fish this shallow all the time is kind of tricky because, there it is. That's old Clyde right there, boys. You know, what's tricky with it is if your bait hits the bottom, you get the black slime on it. If so if you fish a bait too heavy, you fight it. You fish a bait too light, you don't get down to where they're at. You're only talking a 2 foot of depth. So you think within 2 foot, you think, well, I can throw anything. You really can't. You gotta really play the bait so you don't want it all the time dragging in the black stuff. You don't want it too high up, and you can check it out. I simply swapped over to a small repellent jerkbait. It's a floater, so it doesn't dig down. And I was just working it kind of slow, just twitching it, and working it kind of slow. And you see just how fast that happened. And look, it's just a pro blue color, a little speck of orange on there. I mean, I'd go buy a shadow rat right now if I was you. I ain't saying that you gonna catch one on nothing else, but I'm gonna say we're gonna repeat that one more time. But shallow water's tricky. You know, people think shallow water fishermen, you hear guys say, well, that guy just an old bank beater. Wesley Schrader ain't an old bank beater. You know, Andy Morgan ain't. When we're up here doing this, it ain't just, hey, we're throwing at that log and leaving. There's a lot of little secret intricacy things that you're looking at. Like, there's a grass here, it's hard there. Stay away from the black snot, look for the high grass, the speed of the bait. It can be really tricky. And it's all about a rhythm in wintertime fishing. It's not about, you know, if you come in a place like this in winter and you just blow through it, you may not get a bite. You pull in a place, you see the bait, you're throwing around there, you get a bite, take the talons and stop. So, you don't want to blow through here. You want to just kind of ease in, put the poles down, and just look. Look, if you got one bite, there's probably going to be more there. In the wintertime, they don't just go get one fish somewhere for no reason. They all want to be there a lot of times. Repeat the cast, work the area slow. I mean, we've seen the bait flicking around in here. So you're thinking, you see that kind of bait move around, there's probably fish in here. And I mean, I'm just barely twitching it because it's shallow. Like I'm just trying to keep it off the bottom. The cake, good Lord, he smoked it. Huh! I'm not saying that the tackle store ain't gonna have no more of these left when we get done. I'm just saying they better order extra. He ain't no biggin', but he is angry. You could see just how slow I was just barely twitching it. Just barely twitching it along. All I'm trying to do is get the bait, the speed that the fish wants something. All right, here's something that you gotta take in consideration when you're fishing shallow. So the fish is up there. He's pretty cold. Like if you touch him, like he's pretty chilly. I'm pretty chilly, okay? So you say, I'm gonna go through here throwing a 1/2 ounce lipless. I'm throwing it. Well, to get the bait through there and keep it up off the bottom, you're gonna reel it. You're gonna reel it way too fast. And when it hits the bottom, you're gonna be constantly ripping. The fish that cold is not looking for all that action. He's looking for a bait that just matches the speed of what's going on. This is matching the speed of what the bait's doing in there. They're just barely easing around. He's cold, I'm cold. We're just huddling up together. So really, when you get in a place, picture your bait, what the shad are doing, what the water temperature is, and try to match that speed in your mind. Sometimes it's the subtlety, just the rhythm of a bait. So wintertime fishing, especially shallow water, it's retrieve. You really gotta play with your retrieve. You ain't gotta, don't go crazy. Don't go get all jacked up on Mountain Dew and Black Rifle coffee and come out here and try to throw it 100 miles an hour. You're not gonna be successful. I mean, I'm just barely twitching it because it floats. The size of it is perfect for the shad that they're eating. And you're not gonna believe this. I got another one. I got another one. It's gonna get ugly, ugly. Woo! Bubba Sparks, the rapper, said it's gonna get ugly. Huh? I mean, I'm not telling you that you ought to go buy one. I'm telling you, you better go buy 4 or 5. You know, there's all different styles of jerk baits all across the country, different manufacturers. They all got different baits. The unique thing about this, the size of the bill and the depth that it runs. There's not a lot of applications in daily fishing where I want the bait to remain less than 2 foot and float back up, but today is one of those. So you can see the importance of having a variety of jerk baits. But I mean, when you look at how that's laid out up there, you can't throw much more. I mean, Lord, it's shallow. You can see that's the bottom up there, that black stuff, that's snot and grass. I mean, we're sitting in a whole 2 foot. I mean, if you fell out, you can walk up there. You can see the main river channel. Don't pay no attention to all them waypoints. So I figured the current's so strong out here, I just come down in this area. I started easing back in some of these just little short main lake pockets, and you can see where I highlighted the flat. You can see how it comes out a little flat right there, and we're just kind of sitting in that ditch, and we'll work back around this flat right here, we're just kind of highlighted. If you were studying your map from home, it would look like nothing. You'd just be like, well, but sometimes on that screen, man, there's so many beautiful colors, we look for too much. We think it has to be textbook, you know, like a perfect wired to fish. This is where they get content video. They can be on some junk, man. Slow reel it too. Slow reel right there, got him. You see how I just changed retrieve? I said I'm just gonna slow reel it. Wasn't even working it. That's how shallow the fish are. It's presentation. It's all about matching, you know, I got a bait, that's about the size of the shad they're eating. It's the perfect color. So now I'm gonna tweak my presentation. The first couple of bites I got was on a brat. Swapped over to this bad dude right there. And that is the bite you're looking for. And that was on a steady, slow retrieve. I've been just kind of twitching it. And I just said, I was like, I'm just gonna slow retrieve it one time. So what he's doing is he's sitting in there, and you can take this bait and you're just reeling. I mean, how easy would it have been for me to just keep jerking the bait, same place. So what did I do? I threw it out there, jerked it a couple times to get it started, and then I just started slow retrieving it back. So what it's doing, it just got the same shimmy and action. It's just slow swimming. But it's not digging into the bottom. I'll bust a sack reeling it, I ain't scared. Technique is technique. Would have been real easy not to. I think for me, I'm just speaking for myself. When I struggle in practice or I start struggling and I go hours and hours without bites, I forget to do the little things like, whew, good God, what a bite. Like just changing your retrieve, because you're struggling. You hit that mental wall where you're just like, go, 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 find them, move, go, 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 go. At half the time you're sitting on them, you just didn't quite make the adjustment. You know, that's just me. Other guys, when they're struggling, may not have that, but I'll hit that wall where I stop doing the little bitty things. And it can be as simple as stopping the retrieve of your crankbait, or getting in a shallow area and going, I really don't have nothing to throw up there for this, you know, shadow wrap shad, but it's too shallow. Just throw it and reel it. Just throw it and reel it. It's wintertime. Picture it as just a beautiful, glazed up donut that looks like a fancy shad wrap. Look at it. It's just got the shimmy and the wimmy.